beautifuls, this is Aromie here and welcome back to Animal Lover. We are back and I am recouped with my feels. This is a brand new recording session. Well, more like I'm just gonna record today's episode and upload it because I am very behind. I had to go get my braces done today, so when I did that we did a bunch of errands and then we had to go pick up mom. So we are here. And a lot of you picked Kyle, so Kyle will be the next route we're gonna play. Hopefully, when we try his route, we won't kill him. I'm gonna try every possible option to, like, leave him with his friend. I forgot his name. I don't know if it's Derek or not. So, whatever his friend's name is, we're gonna leave him so he can talk to him. That route leads horrible. Then I'll just, like, reload it. And I'll probably fast forward it just to see if it leads up to his death. But if it leads up to his death either way, it's kind of weird. But we shall go on. Oh, but he died as a ferret, so we don't know if he's going to become a ferret again. Do you think it's possible? Well, picture this. You've kissed all these 5 gentlemen, right? Yeah? Well, it didn't undo the curse, right? Just kind of reversed it for a while. Okay. I've been wizarding all up in this bitch for a long fucking time now. I can't imagine that you fucking around with the spell a little bit. It's going to screw up the spell too much. Like, unless this witch is super specific about her spell stipulations and shit, I can't imagine that she'd write in a rule that would fuck up a perfectly stable curse. It just doesn't add up. I'm sure our buddy's doing alright. He's probably a ferret again by now. That's really good to hear. And speaking of here, what? That's exactly where we are. Wait, whoa, did I miss something? We've arrived at the point in the woods that Charlie has been telling Dustin about. My heart is still in a state of flux. I want to feel hope at Dustin's words, and I want to be strong getting out of the car. I feel guilty not feeling either way. I'm only scared. Thanks again, Dustin. If we're not back soon, call me. My phone's on vibrate. If you don't answer, get help. You got it. We all piled out of the car, leaving swinging beats behind us, trying to not get any of them caught in the doors. We then began the long walk. The urgency has set in as deeply as it had last time. We have a time restraint now, but we don't have any fear of losing Adara's place. The position is tagged on Charlie's cell phone. We're fine, so we reserve our stamina and walk into the woods. The boys put on their charms and everything's quiet again. There's almost peace behind it. The beauty of the forest is sometimes staggering in its ability to bring clarity to a situation. The occasional chirping of birds and the peeking rays of sunlight between the branches and leaves gives the silence profundity. I'm left melancholy. I always read that word as melancholy. Don't judge. And wondering, staring up at the trees surrounding us. The question I've wanted to ask since this morning, in the midst of this clarity, finally comes to me. Why? What? Why? Why did Kyle do it? It doesn't make sense like I thought it did. I've never had a problem keeping Kyle in before. I never worried about his safety. Why did he leave last night? Why did he just go out into the streets? And why was it that the one night he decides to leave, he's killed? When I say this, everyone walks a little slower. I was thinking the same thing. Hadn't occurred to me. Do we not believe this was an accident? It could have been an accident. No, it wasn't. It could have been. Yeah, but it wasn't. Kyle doesn't fuck up. I saw him at the zoo when we were rescuing Charlie, and every time he stole something right under our noses, he doesn't fuck up. If he fucked up, it was stupid, rookie mistake that the Kyle I know wouldn't have made. It wasn't an accident. What was it then? I don't know. If it wasn't an accident, what was it then? Suicide? I don't know, Ed. I don't know, but it wasn't an accident. That's all. I don't have any more answers. Sorry for speaking up. He killed himself. A figurative cold wind brushes against everyone's back as Charlie says this. He killed himself. That's what Frankie was implying, and I believe it. And I'm frankly pissed off about it. And if we find him again, I'm going to deck that guy. I'm angry too. When we get him back, he's going to have to make his own weird, gross, cold ramen from here on out. I'm going to kill Kyle so many goddamn times, he'll wish he'd never done it in the first time. I'm going to... I don't know. I guess I'll be pretty cross with him. Sorry, I didn't say gross with him. Why, though? Was seeing Mick... Mick. His name wasn't Derek. His name was Mick. Really enough to make him commit suicide. No one replied immediately to that one. Everyone's looking around for the person who will speak next. Maybe he didn't know himself well enough to not want to hurt himself. I don't know, that's stupid. Forget it. Maybe I didn't know Kyle well enough. This is a horrible situation, isn't it? It could be worse. What if he didn't have a witch's curse, right? I suppose that's true. I still don't know what to think of this. None of us do. Maybe when we find Kyle, he can tell us. Sounds good. An instant later, we're at the gate to Adara's hut. I have a feeling it would have led that way. Maybe it wouldn't have led that way. I don't know. Maybe the dialogue would be totally different as we go through this hut. I don't know. Charlie wasn't paying attention to his cell phone. We're right there. The chimney has no smoke coming out of it, and there's no sign of life coming from the inside the dirty drapes of the huts. Only a visible window. This is it. Charlie, check her blog. Is there anything there? Just dead. No, nothing. She hasn't updated in a few hours. How do you get service out here? Do you have, like, Verizon? Because my ass got AT&T, and I don't even get service in this house. I mean, this house doesn't like AT&T users anyway. So everyone else in this house has Verizon, but I'm stuck with AT&T. So, well, let's do this then, I guess. A moment later, the boy stepped in front of me and began wordlessly approaching the house. I had expected a moment's hesitation or even some reassuring words before stepping onto her property, but there was nothing. I began walking only a moment later as to not get left behind. A chill ran down my spine as I did. I feel like she got some traps up in this house, in this hut. Oh no, this is a finale? Final? I read this word so weird, and I know people make fun of me for it, but English wasn't my first language, alright? English is hard. There's a darkness here. Part of me was expecting her hut to be a normal ramshackle hut, and it certainly looks like that, but it's a strange mixture of a wooden cabin disconnected from modern life and of a normal 20-something's apartment. A large black cauldron sat as the centerpiece of her hut. Surrounding it, however, was a desk and a wooden chair. A closed laptop charged silently on a small coffee table plugged into something I can't see from here. It's got a single bookshelf with many novels and books against each other. The bed is built of wood, possibly cut down from nearby trees, but the mattress and sheets that sit on top of the bed are modern, probably bought from a warehouse store. How'd she haul it in here? Underneath her bookshelf is a spice rack with odd, unfitting bottles. Now this I remember. These are magical ingredients. How do you know? The labels. Nightshade? Wait, seriously? Yeah, nightshade. Snake beads? What are snake beads? Newt toes? Male tears? Vile puree? Hey Ed, I dare you to smell vile puree. Not a chance. I continue searching the house. So far, nothing stuck out as either a larger than average book or a decent place to store a large book. I search under the desk, resting my hand on her wicker chair. I lose my balance for a moment, and I realize that it was some sort of strange hybrid of a wicker chair and a desk swivel chair. It swings around like a computer chair, but is made entirely out of wood and wicker. Below the desk, Adara's computer is plugged simply into a strange 4-inch cube of what appears to be glowing limestone, but no spell book. Anything yet, guys? So she's getting electricity from a limestone? Has anyone checked inside the cauldron? No, not yet. Oh, look. Miguel stares into the cauldron, but rears his eyes back immediately. Whoa, God, what the hell? What's up? Oh, shit, is it bad? Like gore or something? No, it's nothing. Oh, okay, cool. Huh? No, I mean literally, it's all black. Huh? Everyone gets up to crowd around the cauldron. Miguel's not kidding, it's completely black. Oh my God, is it a time portal thing? You jump inside or a different time, jump back? I don't know. No one can see their inner contours of the cauldron, and it just seems to completely absorb all light. Oh fuck, dude, that's creepy. What if it's in there? I don't know, Frankie, you're a big strong man. Stick your hand in there. No, first drop a leaf in there, just to make sure it's not like some end tunnel thing. But I like my hand. Edmund, you do it. I respectfully decline. Miguel? Okay. Miguel began to hover his hand over the dark pot. Wait, Miguel, don't. I don't think you'd agree. Okay, cool, because I really didn't want to. I'll do it. Oh, okay, Charlie's gonna be the big man in here. Charlie braces himself to stick his hand inside the cauldron. Well, is anyone going to try to stop me? God, fine. Everyone step aside. I'll do it. No, Frankie, let me. I'm over it. No, I'm doing it. No, I've got it. Charlie, move over. Are either of you going to do this thing? I've got this. Frustrated, Edmund pushes both of them aside, staring deeply into the cauldron, his hand almost touching the inky black void. Look, if neither of you are going to go through with whoa. Oh yikes, this that is way more intimidating at this angle. We can all agree this is really scary, right? Right? Why don't they go outside and grab a stick and put it in? I don't understand. Everyone, myself included, nods. Why don't we poke something in there? Yes, thank you. Yeah. It's a smart idea, Charlie. Guys. Probably should have thought of that before. Yes. What can we use? Are there, like, sticks anywhere? Yes, Frankie, same wavelength finally. I've got a pen in my pocket. Great, just start dipping it in, like, to make sure that's not, like, a bad darkness or something. Edmund lowers the pen into the cauldron. As we expected, the light around it is absorbed and it becomes completely dark, but it seems to be moving flawlessly. When Edmund pulls it back up, it's fine, not covered in anything. Is it air? Well, that's good to know. I guess it's just some kind of darkness spell. I suppose so. Alright. No, don't touch it. I feel like if they touch it, it, like, has a reaction to flesh and not a pen. Frankie's hand hovers over the cauldron, his fingers still twitching with some nervousness. Slowly, Frankie's hand begins to lower toward the inner rim. Suddenly, as Frankie's fingers move past the threshold, the blackness ripples into response. Oh, fuck. What's happening? What the... Frankie rears his hand back. His pointer and ring finger both have a thick black liquid straining them. The cauldron is rippling in response. Frankie, are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. It doesn't hurt at all. It just caught me off guard. Quick, whatever that is, wipe it off somewhere. Alright. Frankie wipes the black liquid off on the black hoodie slung over Adara's weird wicker computer chair. You just basically left evidence that we were in her house. These guys are bad thieves. The liquid inside of the cauldron was still rippling. Oh, that's kind of pretty. Is it like they're seeing their future? Or past or something? It began to light up with stars, tiny fragments of light that made it look like the rippling sea during a dark, star-filled night. It was mesmerizingly beautiful. The ripples did not calm down, as if it were to continue by some outside force. The room around us darkened, and it felt as though the world around us had shifted somehow. After a moment, the ripples finally went away, and the stars faded from the cauldron. Again, all was silent and still. When we emerged from the strange visions of the cauldron, it felt as though the world had changed into something colder and more sinister than it had been before. Everyone was frightened and frozen stiff. What the fuck was that? That was creepy. Why though? What was that? And what was with the cat? What? Wait, what cat? Didn't you guys didn't see a cat? No, it was a bear. I saw a rodent. It was a wolf for me. I only saw stars. We all saw something different. Well, did anyone else's animal do anything but stare at them? No, that's all that happened for me. Same. This seems bad. We gotta find that spell book and go. Got it. Are we totally sure she didn't take it with her? She could have, but Dustin described it as being pretty big. Both times I've seen Adara, she wasn't carrying anything but a purse. Is there anywhere it could be hidden in the floor? I've been checking the floorboards. Nothing so far. Walls? No, they all just lead outside. We should make sure none of those small books are actually the spell book. And I think someone should see if there was any place she could have hid it outside. I'll check the books. I'll check outside. Alright, does her desk have any drawers or anything like that? Maybe the shelf has a fake foundation where something could be hidden. Maybe behind it. Oh fuck. Suddenly from the corner we hear Miguel scream. The light is choked from the room and a red pulsating glow emits from the cauldron. Guys, it's locked. I can't open it. What? Holy shit, this is scary. Frankie rushes over to the door to test it out. Both his hands clutch a door handle and shake and twist. Oh god, he's right. Are there any other doors? I don't see any. There were 6 of you. What happened to the other one? Everyone goes quiet. Good thing there's like no voice acting on here, because that would be real creepy. Candles light up around Adara's computer desk. And there she is, standing right in front of us, holding her spell book. Oh no. Where's the other one? You were snooping around here yesterday. There were 6 people, now there's 5 of you. Where are they? Everyone's frozen with fear. She's got an intense, horrifying aura about her. She speaks calmly and her words are stern and forceful. Before anyone gains the courage to speak up, Adara continues. I've got questions for all of you. But first tell me, where's the 6th? He's not here. He didn't come with us. So he's just patiently waiting for everyone else to risk their lives by trespassing on my property? Sounds like a hell of a guy. Also, you're lying. Speak up, one of you. He died. Edmund hiccups the words as if someone was going to shoot him if he didn't. I'm not lying to you, he was run over by a car. Edmund the 7th of Rosalie. So you remember me. How could I forget? I suppose I shouldn't be surprised. How many of you do I know? Is this a revenge plot? Did you come to strike me down? Adara stepped closer, still on the opposite side of the cauldron from us. She was staring down Frankie, who had his hands up in the air and a stern expression on his face, as though he was being arrested. Frankie Tomlinson. Frankie's not your real name. I remember that. What was it again? Conrad. No, that wasn't it. It was something else. No, it was Conrad. Adara stares daggers into Frankie for a moment. Yeah, probably. Either way, I remember you. How old is this woman? But how about you? Says her gaze averting to Miguel, whose lips were pursed and his shoulders raised intently. He was barely holding it together. I don't remember. Wait, you were one of the schoolboys, weren't you? You went to the gym every day. Yes. Your name? Miguel Castellanos? That kind of rings a bell. Yeah, I remember you. You absolutely don't look familiar at all. She was referring to Charlie. Charlie's nostrils flared and he was biting his bottom lip, barely keeping it in well enough to not blow his top off. Were you a friend? Wait, were you one of Miguel over there's gym buddies? I was the one at the grocery store like not even a year ago. Adara was puzzled for a moment. Nothing. I told you fuckers she wouldn't recognize me. I decided to take offense to his remarks at a later point in time. I held the door open for you. Yes, I remember now. Sure, what's your name then? Charlie Fitzgerald. Huh. And you were with Frankie at what used to be my favorite coffee shop in town until you made it abundantly clear that I was being watched in there. She's talking to me. Now the 6th. He was killed. Edmund. Yes, he was run over by a car. You're telling the truth, but you're leaving something out. I thought you and I were past a point in our relationship where you thought you could keep things from me. Now spit it out. You had cursed him. Okay. He was an animal at the time. So what? It's nothing serious. I'm sure he's scampering about somewhere. What? Ask her what that means? Don't ask her what that means. Oh no. Ask her what that means. Does that mean he's alright? She turned towards me, one eyebrow raised, the other furrowed. She's not happy I entered the conversation, but I don't give a shit. Alright. Well, he's an animal again, probably eating, I don't know, bugs or something? Depends on what you mean by alright. A part of me feels lighter, if not any less frightened. Tell me, what animal was he when he died? A ferret. Adara files through some thoughts for just a moment. Kyle. Yeah, I remember him. It's a shame he wasn't here for the coop. Fucking bitch. I'm sorry, Charlie. Is there something you wanted to say? I think we're all forgetting who we're talking to. So, Charlie, what did you have to say? Charlie bites his tongue and his face becomes more bitter and more twisted with hate. Why are you here? I assume this isn't just a boys' panty raid. There are much safer places with much more vulnerable women than myself for you to harass. Adara, Edmund, who is this, and why is she calling me by my name? Why are you only talking to Edmund? Akumi? Her name is Michiko. Please don't hurt her. Chico? I'm scared stiff as I look at Adara. When I see her, I can only see the dreadful, hopeless sadness in Kyle's eyes when he watched how much his friend had grown without him. I only see Frankie, who never got to see his mother again. I want to see my mother again. I don't want to be an animal. Well, say what you were going to say. We came because you need to turn this shit back to normal. I turned these guys back into humans, but like temporarily? I wouldn't want to talk to this lady, honestly. We needed to turn them back into humans permanently. Where do you fit into all of this, Michiko? What? Why are you here? Do you know what kind of danger you're in? Do you not realize that you're trespassing? I never cursed any woman. I never hurt you. Did they maybe trick you into believing you needed to be in here to fight a battle that doesn't belong to you? No, we're just trying to turn them back. I desperately want to apologize, but I don't know what I'd be apologizing for. I just don't want her to hurt me. We were going to take your spell book and then return it. And what would you even do with the spell book? Did you think you'd be able to read it? No, we have a wizard friend. He agreed. A wizard? Where is he? Why didn't... Adara seems to put up her guard for the first time since her appearance here. She immediately regains her composure. No, don't answer that. I get it. Michiko, I'm going to go out on a limb here. The drapes in the windows blew open just a little. Light began to flow back into the room. Adara pushes her weird wicker chair in front of me. Sit. I'm nervous, of course. Sit. Do it. I don't, okay. I sit down for a moment. I'm turned towards the boys, who are still frozen in fright. Adara then spins my chair, so I'm facing toward her. And Chico, would you say you've got a lady boner for any of these guys? What the fuck? What? A lady boner, a crush, the hots. My my composure immediately falls. The way she said that was strange and out of character. I'm torn between the uncomfortable sensations of my embarrassment and my life being in danger. Calm down, Michiko. I'm not going to hurt you. Not you. You're safe. I was like you a long time ago. Do you need a tissue? What the fuck? Why? Oh, I'm crying? I didn't realize that tears had begun to well up at the side of my eyes. No. Alright. Chico? That's your name, yeah? Yes? Please don't be scared. Why is she so friendly to me? I'm sorry. Okay. Please? I'm not going to hurt you. You and I don't have to hate each other. We're cool. I'm not scared. Good. I turned these guys into animals. I'm sure you got that far. You must think I'm a real bitch. No or yes? Yes? No, we're trying to be good. No, I don't. Come on, be honest. After what I did to your friends, I can still feel them behind me. Their presence is tingling on the back of my head. Okay, yes. Please don't hurt me. Wait, I kind of want to see what would happen if we said, yes, I don't care. Yes, that's true. Of course it is. I did something totally bitchy. Why do you think I did this totally bitchy thing? I don't know. Did you ever take time to consider it? Unless you think I just went around cursing random guys for no reason. They all said that you got really angry at them beforehand. That's true. I did. Why? Please change us back. We'll leave. We won't bother you, and we won't bother Michiko. We'll go away forever. Is it Miguel, Michiko? Do you want to know what he did? I'm silent, torn between melancholy and fear. Let me tell you a story about Miguel. What did Miguel tell you about his meeting with me? Did he tell you he knew me? What exactly did he say? He initially said that he held the door open for you, and that's what started it. I decided not to continue after that. I want to see where she's going with this. That's funny. It's not true, but it's funny. In fact, it couldn't be further from the truth. Well, we knew each other sometime in the, late 90s? 90s? Early 90s? Mid-90s. That word's weird for me. 90s. Miguel says from across the room. Right. I was working as a reception for a gym. Well, not a gym as much as a large community fitness center thing. Whatever. I was right down the street from a high school, so local jocks... Ugh, I keep wanting to burp. Sorry. I'm inhaling too much air. I'm not exhaling it fast enough. So local jocks would come in to get their pump in. Oh, I thought it was raining. They were mostly unobtrusive, if just a little annoying for the most part. Not the worst job I've ever had. One boy, however, was just a little bit different from the rest. A tall, dark, and handsome thing who never came in with a group. He always came in alone. He'd always say hi. He was always polite. After what happened with Frank and Kyle, I wasn't going to be so easily fooled. I didn't give him the time of day. Weirdly, though, it never wore him down. Other guys would dismiss me as just being a bitch, or try to tell me how to live my life just because I wasn't a perfect little housewife. Every time they felt like it was time to make a small talk. Ugh. But Miguel didn't. He always waved, always said hello. Doesn't sound at all like Miguel. He's just a big sweetie pie, isn't that right? The noise comes from the corner Miguel's standing in. His head is bowed and his eyes are pointed directly at the ground. Yeah, nothing to say. I expected as much. Being a big idiot even then, I eventually let his optimism override my better judgment. I eventually started saying hi back. It seemed to make him happy at the time. I started to look forward to hearing from him, even if it was for a second. When we began talking, he'd update me as to his life, his swim team shit, and football and whatever. One day he approaches my counter and asks when I'm getting off, if I wanted to hang out. It had been a long time since I had a real friend, so I said, sure, why not? I was an idiot for even entertaining the notion. When my shift ends, Miguel comes back to the gym dressed up with a nice jacket and with flowers, like I'd agreed to a date. I asked him what's going on, still behind the counter. He told me he was here for our date. I told him it wasn't a date. That was never the idea. I expected to see him get sad, but instead he gets jumpy. He starts asking if I could just be a date. Just this once. I asked him what the fuck was going on, but he wouldn't say anything. Just kept asking me to go on a date with him. Just once. He was begging me, only once. I told him no, because I'm not interested. And here's the funny part, you know? How he said he held the door open for me, which made me, what, angry? Like one offensive misogynist? Is that how you say the word? Gesture is all that it took me to get... all it took to get me to attack someone. Why, which, by the way, I'm guessing you bought it. I remained silent to give her all the space she needs. I want to get to the end of the story as quickly as possible. The irony is that he didn't hold the door open for me. He blocked it. He stood in front of my work door and pleaded. I wouldn't let me out until I agreed to go on a date with him. I asked him to just let me out. He said no. He said, oh, please, a die? Oh, I don't know if it's a die or Ada. At the time, I don't know. At the time, I said, let me out. He said, please, just go on one date. I was forced to say something. I couldn't reason with him. Are you beginning to see my dilemma? I was the one locking up that night, so there was no one around to watch me let a dog out of the gym. Decades later, he's trespassing in my house, pretending that he'd given me a choice. Pretending as if he was just some innocent soul who was just trying to be polite. Miguel, is any of this untrue? Am I being unfair? No, it's all correct. Good boy. Good boy. Now... tell me I had a choice. Tell me I should have just gone on that date with him. I won't apologize for what I did to Miguel. He left me no choice. And he didn't deserve to be seen as anything but the filthy animal he is anyway. Did you know this, Michiko? Did he ever give you my side of the story, or was it too important to him for you to believe he was just a beleaguered little sweetheart? He already told me. And I forgive him. Wait, what? I forgive him. You don't have any power over me. Power? What are you talking about? I trust Miguel. I know now what he did to you. It was terrible, and I wouldn't have wished it on anyone. And I know for a fact that Miguel's not happy about how it went down. I wish I had known about it earlier. It's a red flag, and I'm not going to remain with him without wondering what he's capable of. But I had to give him a chance anyway, because he's kind. In my experience, he's a kind soul who only wishes the best for every person he meets. Because he's sweet and has a good soul as far as I've seen. And he hasn't broken my heart yet. Yet. That's a key word. Yet. I wish that I could just wait until I found someone incapable of hurting someone else. It would be wonderful if I had 100 years to spend waiting until I found someone who doesn't have the capacity to inflict harm onto anyone. But in reality, there's no one like that. So, Adara, you're too sensitive. But I can't. Even if that guy does exist, how many happy hours would I lose to waiting for him? When I have someone who's at least trying to be a better person and trying to make up for lost time. I can't waste my time trying to fault him for something that happened a long time ago. I'm just going to have to find out myself. The room is silent. Adara's stare is piercing through me. It's scary, and I'm sitting and wondering if she's going to change her mind. Miguel has started to lift his head again. I can see the whites of his eyes, and he looked up towards me. Frankie and Edmund, both standing next to him, placed their arms over his shoulders. Adara breathes in deeply. You're making a big mistake. Why would you waste your precious time with someone who's just going to end up hurting you? I'm not sure you're at liberty to talk about hurting people, Adara. Will you please remove the curse? No, just leave. Still quiet. Adara has gotten up, walking toward the door past the men. She opens the previously locked door. Light spills and the entire room rejoins reality. Go. Please, Adara. What will keeping them locked in these bodies prove? By hurting them, you aren't changing anything. Because he's sick. Because when Miguel decides to show you what he's capable of and ends up breaking your heart, or worse, then I will know that I struck him back. And if he doesn't, he will. And if he doesn't, shut up and leave, or I swear to God I'll kill you. Stop. What? Adara, can I make this right somehow? Is there anything I can do? Anything? Would giving up do it? Turn me back into a dog, permanently. Don't hurt her, just hurt me. Hurt me for as long as you need to, until everything's okay again. In exchange, you leave them alone. Is there any way? Miguel's standing what seems like several heads above everyone. His shoulders are raised and his body is still, not shaking or quivering, still and sure. Adara stares up at Miguel, disgusted. Her lips curl and her eyebrows pushed together. What did you just say to me, you piece of garbage? I said I would take the dive. I don't know what the others did to you, but I'll take the burden. You think what you did is something you can fix, that you can man up and make everything go away? Fuck you for that, Miguel. It's not that simple. I'm insulted. I'm not doing this just because I love hurting people, you sack of shit. What the fuck? I'm solving the problem and every one of you is a problem. God, then kill me. Don't you raise your voice at me, asshole. I don't know what you want anymore. I thought I knew where you were coming from. I can't tell if you're hurting or if you were solving a problem. Nothing you're saying is making sense anymore. Just take my deal or don't. I can't be sorry enough. And I've tried. Don't make a deal with me and kill me. At least we'll be one human life closer to fixing whatever the fuck is wrong with you. Miguel goes completely silent, blushing just a little, like he can't believe what he just said. You fucking slime. You just think you've got a right to say whatever you want after the way you treated me? You really are in the scum of the earth. Adara's grip begins to tighten. Fine then, you'll get what you deserve. I'll make sure you get what you asked for. But I'm sorry guys, this is where I'm ending. I know you guys are gonna be so mad. Oh my god! Her eyes! Holy, I did not see her eyes like that. Well, honestly, we're nearing the end of this game. But like I told you guys, I will play Kyle's route. I don't know if his route's any different or it always leads to this way. Maybe it doesn't, cause maybe Kyle does come to this section. I don't know. No spoilers if you guys did play Kyle's route. Please don't spoil. Don't spoil. We're almost near this ending here. So I'll be seeing you guys in the next one. So thank you guys for watching. Stay beautiful, and I'll see you next time.